Learning through play, part 1. So there's another slide after this with another several parts, but play, again, if we're going to tap into it, we have to more deeply understand it. I realized this when I was trying to write a manual on high performance habits, and I really started writing a lot more. And I realized I didn't understand certain words I was using. I was trying to find synonyms or antonyms, and they're really important. These differences in words matter. And so understanding the words that we're going to try and embody deeply is really important. So the first thing is that play has been shown to accelerate learning 20 to 40 times faster. And this was really the thing that got me thinking everything I need to do has to have a playful aspect to it. So how do we create a playful environment? One, we have to choose for it to be playful, and we have to have a choice. No one likes being bossed around. Play involves you having a certain element of control. And it's about taking control in areas that are appropriate for you to start playing with. Also, the next thing we need to tap into to be in a state of play is enjoyment. To enjoy the moment, we need to deeply pay attention to it and to notice its beauty. Oh, little typo there, but beauty is beauty. What happens often is we suck the enjoyment out of something because we are focusing so heavily on the outcomes, things that are literally not happening yet. They're not happening in your existence. And it reduces our focus on and presence on the thing that actually needs our attention. So the more you can immerse yourself in something in the moment, even though you know this thing is building towards this thing you want, that's where the pleasure of life really comes in, is the joy of figuring things out. The fourth part of play is that we have to use our imagination in play to either create stories. We can pretend to be different people. We can imagine different worlds. We can imagine different outcomes. We can say, what if? And it really allows us to work beyond what is presently here, what we presently see. And it gives us more options. Imagination isn't about being right. It's about thinking of all the ways we could make our world more interesting, more different, or move towards the vision that we have. Part 2 of play, which is really 5, 6, 7, 8, but rules. Rules are really important because they give us constraints, which help us streamline creativity. And it's kind of like when your teacher gives you a project and they say, do anything you want. You go, and you don't know how long the project's supposed to be. You don't know how many slides it's supposed to be, how many minutes a presentation is supposed to be, how deep you're supposed to take people, if there's supposed to be a social, like an engagement process that you need to take people through. The point is, rules are actually really useful, and they allow us to not get stuck on having too many options. Play can also have a really heavy social component. So learning how to cooperate and compete enhances our outcomes because 2 minds are better than 1. And when we start actually seeing social interactions as opportunities to learn, opportunities for more creativity, more ideas, more opportunities, then it really becomes something that enhances our capacity to learn. We don't need to have social interaction in order to play. I'm an only child, and I figured out how to play just fine on my own. But taking this to the next step, understanding social interaction and its capacity to enhance your play and overall learning speed is a great skill, and we'll be tapping into that later in this course. The next part is experimentation, which is really close to imagination to me, but playful environments allow us to play safely, to experiment safely, to make mistakes, to learn from them, and to not worry about how they're going to affect the outcome. Ultimately, it allows us to find what works best for ourselves. I think this is a really important aspect to looking at a training program, because training programs are often made for multiple athletes, and it is your job as an athlete to be discerning about how to tweak that program so that you do it in a way that really enhances your skills, your capacity, and pushes you towards who you want to be. And it's like anything, your training program, your habits, your routines, how you talk to people, how you interact with others, how you talk to yourself are all really great opportunities for experimentation. Nothing is set in stone. Life is full of iterations, which means you can try again and again and again. And life is not perfection. Life is full of iterations and experimentation until you die. And having a life like that is often very exciting. Lastly, obviously from all of this, there are emotional benefits to play. It makes us feel good. It reduces stress. It boosts our mood. It makes us feel happier. And If your job is to be a student athlete or a professional athlete or to really try and create a business, anything, if it feels like you are playing and it feels like you're not working, it feels like you're experimenting with life and figuring things out and exploring and enjoying being present, life becomes a game and an adventure.